Hello everybody, this is Speaker Freak 95, and today we have something quite interesting. Today we have something a little different. This is a GE, or General Electric, porta-fi unit. And basically what this is a wireless speaker. It's a tube type, and I've converted it to use standard RCA inputs. Slight modification, and with a little research, everyone can pretty much figure out what this is. Pretty self-explanatory, but still, this came with a stereo system. I think there was 2 of these, and a wireless transmitter, which doubled as a tuner, and basically it was like an amplifier without the amplifier. And all it had was 2 transmitters, one for the left channel, one for the right channel, I think. And the transmission went to these, which were picked up through the radio receiver inside these. And I picked this up for about, I think, like $5 at the flea market. And I figured, at the time I didn't know what it was, but I had an idea, and my idea was correct because I've seen these before. Figured I was going to convert it and make it to an audio amplifier. And let's basically take a look at the back. Channel B, SP11BWDA, and more stickers that are really faded. GE's been known to have stickers that fade like that. Here's the jack I made. It's of course mono, but I have the 2 channels separated. Got left and right input, you got left and right output in case you want to use the second speaker. And I'll explain this screw here in a second. Let's go ahead and take a look inside. But first we gotta hear it. Now, the modification I did was to tap off the volume control with these inputs. Pretty simple. You can do this to almost any radio or amplifier. One thing I noticed is kind of weird is none of them have feet. It's the bare bottom. There's screws there but no feet. Go ahead and turn it on. The original dial lamp works. And your volume control is controlled through the whatever you have plugged into it. I'm using this as a simple FM tuner. Let it get fired up. I've replaced the filter caps, and I've also replaced the these maroon colored things, these capacitors here, with new polypropylene Panasonic capacitors. And let's give it a good little test. It houses a 6-inch Quam one-way speaker. If anybody could tell me what this song is, I'd greatly appreciate it. I like a song. It sounds great. The volume control is no longer usable. It's still there. It makes like a tone control now. My reception's kind of crappy down here. For the website of this radio station, it's 100.9 The Mix, WMXE.net. Go ahead and check them out. You can get a live stream of this station. It's in South Charleston, West Virginia. And the audio quality is really good. Sorry I had to pause the camera. Had to sneeze like 35,000 times. I hate having allergies. It's a curse. And let's remove the back end. And here's the jack panel on the back. And that screw is for a good quick disconnect here. That is simply just to disconnect it like you'd find in an old tube radio. AM antennas often done like that. There's the 3 new Panasonic filter caps I put in there. Those are rated at 105 degrees Celsius, 200 volts each. And here's a quick view of the new capacitor I put in there. There's 2 of those in there. And the other one is right there. I have it tilted away from the tube. I haven't removed any of the tubes and experimented because I know some of them aren't in use anymore because they're not receiving a signal from a transmitter nearby. I can't even find the antenna in here for that. It's kind of interesting. It is transformer type set. This is the power transformer. Oh, that's warm. Probably because it's plugged in right now. I'm pretty sure I should have unplugged that. I'm not going to touch it anymore. Wait, no, it's not. What am I thinking here? That's a little warm, although that shouldn't be. That's the audio output transformer. Here's the speaker. That's a Quam. They're Slimline series speaker. They're quite similar to what is it? Utah micro gap speakers, which were the equivalent of a Slimline speaker from Quam. They have pretty much the same characteristics. Paper surround, cloth dust cap, or no, felt dust cap. It's pretty simple. Some of the tubes are microphonic. I think this is the output, the 12CU5 here. It's the biggest tube. And one thing that does scare me about this, which is not bad yet, and I've not had any real big issues with these kind of things, but it's a selenium rectifier here. That little guy back there is working just fine, but I've heard that they can go bad, and when they do, they usually take out almost everything on the board. And I would not want that to happen, although this one's been good. But other than that, this is all it is. The original dial lamp I was able to save. It was nice and dirty. And you take the extra cord and tie it up with a bread string right there. I measured the speaker just for curiosity. 8 ohm. I thought it'd be like a 3.2 ohm or something. That's pretty much it. Let's put it back together and hear some more tunes.
Try to save. You made me wrong, but I know you made me right. You made me wrong, but you made me right. You made me wrong, but you made me right. You made me wrong, but you made me right.
If anybody can point out what that song was in the beginning of the video, greatly appreciate it, because I can't ever figure out what it is, and the weird thing is, the only time they play that song, as in right now, or just now, in times like this, when they're closed, when this radio station is closed, they play that song. I don't get it. Now you can see the kind of difference that volume control makes. Here's the capacitors I replaced. 3-section, 100, 60, and 50. I replaced the 100 with another 100. I replaced the 60 with an 82, and I replaced the 50 with the 47. And I replaced those with their exact values, 0.33 and 0.68. And I accidentally dropped the capacitor. And it's going into the bad capacitor box. Thanks for watching, everybody. pretty self-explanatory, but still, this came with a stereo system. I think there was two of these, and a wireless transmitter, which doubled as a tuner, and basically it was like an amplifier without the amplifier. And all it had was two transmitters, one for the left channel, one for the right channel, I think. And basically what this is a wireless speaker. It's a tube type, and I've converted it to use standard RCA inputs. Slight modification, and with a little research, everyone can pretty much figure out what this is. Idea, and my idea was correct because I've seen these before. Figured I was going to convert it and make it to an audio amplifier, and let's basically take a look at the back. Channel B. Yes. Hello everybody, this is Speaker Freak 95, and today we have something quite interesting. Today we have something a little different. This is a GE, or General Electric, porta-fi unit. The transmission went to these, which were picked up through the radio receiver inside these. And I picked this up for about, I think, like $5 at the flea market. And I figured, at the time I didn't know what it was, but I had a